What is good, y'all? Welcome back to Chris and Ralph Productions. As always, I am Chris.
And Ralph
And today, Ralph, we're going to be doing a review for episode 1 and 2
of
of.
Creatures Commando,
Yes, sir. So, this is the official start of the
DCU,
DCU.
and a new era.
New era, baby. I got my James Gunn Superman t shirt. Ralphie has his James Gunn Suicide Squad Harley Quinn hat.
Yep,
And we're ready to just jump right into this review.
yep,
Of course, the DCU was started about over 2 years ago with the announcement that James Gunn and Peter Safran were going to take over for
yeah,
DC Studios. And over the last 2 years, we've gotten project announcements, of course, casting news, trailers, teaser images, behind the scene photos, leaked images, all this good stuff. And we finally led up to the first official project, and that is, of course, Creature
Creatures
Commandos.
Commandos.
Yes, sir. So we'll just go ahead and jump into this bad boy. And yeah, Ruff, you want me to start off? Or you want to go on?
You can start
You
off.
want me to start off? Okay. I think that this was a very good start to the DCU. Is
Yeah,
it a perfect start for me personally? No, but we're only 2 episodes in, so I'm still waiting to see if I get really invested into these characters. And speaking of characters, we'll do a quick rundown of the cast.
yep.
So of course we have the beautiful Viola Davis
Reprising
returning
as
as
well as Amanda
Amanda
Waller
Waller, and Amanda Waller is getting her own show, which I can't wait to see. We have Frank Grillo as
as
Rick
Rick
Flag
Flag
Sr.
Senior
And everyone else is basically making their debut. We have Idira Varma as
as the
the bride,
bride,
Maria Bakovia as Princess
Princess
Iana, one of the best characters in the show. Alan Tudyk as Dr.
Doctor
Phosphorus,
Foster,
Zoe Shao as Nina Mazursky, Sean Gunn as G.I.
J.I.
Robot,
Robot, and
and
Weasel.
oh my god, the Weasel Ralphie.
Yeah, I remember whenever we started over, you would say like it's so disturbing.
The Weasel is a very beautiful character. David Harbour as Frankenstein, Anya Colorada, I think that's how you pronounce it, as Cersei, and last but not least, the great Steve Agee as the Johnny Economos. So let's go back into uh, Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. So we'll do a quick rundown of episode 1,
Yeah,
episode 2, and we'll go through the things that we love. The quick synopsis is that Amanda Waller, of course, was outed by her daughter to be running Task Force X, the Suicide Squad. So now it was made illegal or sort of off the books where she can no longer use humans as a task force. So now Amanda Waller came up with this idea to make up uh, Project M or
Project Monsters.
Project Monsters. There you go. Uh, Basically, the Creature Commandos, and the Creature Commandos needs a leader, and that is the great Frank Grillo as Rick Flag. Rick Flag Senior, of course, the father of Rick
Rick
Flag
Flag
Junior.
Jr.
You want to go ahead and get into what happened to Rick Flag in the Suicide Squad?
He he died.
He got his heart stabbed by
Yeah,
Peacemaker. And what I love about the first few minutes of this episode is that they're already tying it to Suicide Squad.
yeah,
They're already mentioning the death of Rick Flag, and Rick Flag Senior. You can see he gets not upset, yeah, upset, more like emotional, and he's very heartbroken about it still. And so Rick Flag, obviously, he is the lead of this show. We will be seeing him in Peacemaker. What did you think of this character overall,
yeah.
Ralphie?
So far though, I do like the character so far,
Yeah.
and I can't wait to see like what else like what can happen like to the character in later episode.
Yes, he has a couple of badass fight
Yep,
scenes. We'll go ahead and get into who he fights.
yeah,
The choreography is beautifully animated. He fights Dr. Phosphorus, of course, played by Alan Tudyk. Dr. Phosphorus, when they first announced this character, I was like, he looks like Atomic Skull, but he's not an Atomic Skull. I think, you know, you have this group of creatures who are locked up in solitary confinement, essentially, and they want to break out just like any other villain who's in Task Force X. But the difference between Task Force X and Agent and Project M, Project Monster, that the monsters have powers and you can't really suppress them. What you can do is you can give them shock collars. That's pretty much what you can do. So these characters don't have bombs in their head; they have shock collars, which apparently is very painful for them, of course.
yeah,
The second lead is Indira Varma as the bride. I thought, but beside behind Rick Flag Senior, she was my favorite character.
Yep.
Uh, her story was beautiful.
Yep. Yep. And even in the second episode, and second in the second episode, the action sequence is really good.
Yes. So in episode two, she okay. Throughout episode one,
Yeah.
they go to this town in Europe. It looks like Eastern Europe that's gonna be overtaken. It's like a war torn country, and they're there to go protect the princess, Princess Iana, who's played by Cosmo from Guardians of the Galaxy. And while they're there, the bride is like, "Fuck this! I don't want to be here. I'm leaving. I'm not abandoning the mission, but I'm gonna go do something real quick." And she leaves. And we go on through the journey of her story and her life, how she was created by Dr. Frankenstein, her relationship with the monster, played by David Harbour, and she is the heart of episode two.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like it's her story in episode two. Um, and the reason why I had said earlier, I hope it picks up, is because they're not there really is, besides the bride, who is the the best story of the first two episodes. There's not much going on. They're just at the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that's going on is that Princess Iana keeps trying to fuck Rick Flag
Senior.
Senior. I was
Yeah.
shockingly surprised. Not like I wasn't baffled, like, oh my god, I can't believe they did that. I was more so like, oh my god, I can't believe they did that. Multiple sex scenes in this show. In
Yeah.
episode two, they're just fucking.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh, like the first DCU and the first DCU project end, and there's like sex scene
Just
already.
Princess Iana, her Rick Flag, not junior, senior, they go at it, and then we see a flashback scene with the bride and Dr. Frankenstein. They go
Yeah.
at it. It's like, yeah, and it's not like they're Dr. Frankenstein's on top of the bride, and then they have a cover, and you hear noises. No, dude, like you see her titty and everything. Like they're going at it. Like, damn, dude. Shout out to the animators. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I don't. Yeah. Man, I kind of hope it being Disney video when I've been taken out and anything. But who knows? Let's just really see. Moving on.
Moving on, exactly. David Zaslav. Yeah, I thought the sight scenes great. No, but the like I mentioned, there's not much going on, so that was kind of like it's not the best James Gunn written stuff as of right now, besides the bride and all that. But we'll get further into it.
Yeah.
And we'll get into more characters. I already mentioned Princess Iana. She has the hots for Rick Flag Senior. She's the princess of this war torn country. That's pretty much what we know about her so far. Dr. Phosphorus, he's probably the most violent one of the group. He is the one that keeps trying to get away. He keeps trying to take the little trigger that activates the collar. I mentioned him and Rick Flag get in a fight. What did you think of like that fight sequence and stuff?
Man, the fight sequence though, it looks like really, really good.
Yeah, the way they animated that,
Yeah.
like every time you punch Dr. Phosphorus, you burn your hand. And I
Yep.
thought that's really creative. Of course, in the comics, he's like that because I have a Creature Commandos comic. Uh, but I thought he was a great character. Not much else to add. Um, he's a boy. He looks out for Rick. After they kick each other's ass, he gets his like he has his back.
Yeah.
Remember whenever they're like, "What's this Princess Liana doing with Rick Flag Senior?" And then Dr. Phosphorus is like, "Let him finish. Give him 30. Give him a minute." Okay. Zoe Shao as Nina Mazursky. She is the very timid, shy, quiet one of the group. She seems like she's the youngest one out of everybody. She's like the kid of the group. She's not a little kid, but like she's the younger one of everybody. So she follows the bride. She's just there. And what I like about her dialogue is that she has the dialogue of like a 20-year-old who doesn't like taking shit from old people telling her to shut the hell up. I think she stands her ground against characters who are being rude to her. Remember at the
Yeah.
end of episode
At the end
two?
of episode 6.
Okay, we're spoiling it.
Yeah.
The bride, Cersei, get into a fist fight. Cersei basically kills the bride and Nina Mazursky, and then the bride looks at Nina and like, "I'm sorry," and then Nina's like, "Go fuck yourself." That was pretty funny. But I think she's a great character. Speaking of great characters, Sean Gunn is G.I. Robot in the Weasel. G.I. Robot is a Nazi killing machine, and all he wants to do is kill Nazis, and I respect the hell out of that. GI Robot, literally, his whole premise in the first two episodes is like, "Are we going to kill Nazis?" They're like, "No, GI Robot, not right now. You promised me we were going to kill Nazis. When are we going to do that?" And him and Nina, very, very. I think they're friends. They're kind of like the Drax and the Mantis of the group.
Yeah.
They're friends. They have, they're very different, but they're close. And then we have Weasel, who I don't know. He's just Weasel.
Yeah.
Whatever you saw in Suicide Squad, that was like 3 minutes of screen time that he had, and then that little post credit scene where he wakes up. That's the Weasel in this. He doesn't do
Yeah.
anything. He just bites people. They bring up his 26 children that he murdered.
Yeah.
They bring that up. And from what I've seen, I think they're going to get into it later this season.
Yeah.
They're going to talk about it
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. So have me thinking like, of course, the first episode is like Rick Flag, and second episode is the bride.
Third, oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, every episode's gonna focus on a different character.
yeah.
You're right because there's in the trailer there's flashback scenes of GI Robot, so that's probably gonna be his
Yeah.
episode. Wow, Ralphie, you found a pattern I didn't even think about. Good job. And then Frankenstein, played by David Harbour, we see him in episode two. I don't think he's in episode one like for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Um, but he is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's not a good person.
Yeah.
He's not even a person. He's not a good monster.
Yeah.
He's a monster for a reason.
So basically, what it is, so he told the professor to make him a bride for him to find his love, but turns out that the professor tried like okay try to teach like the bride like spell or
like words and
words
stuff
and
like
stuff,
that.
and then not until later when this happened, and of course, Frankenstein was like jealous, and he basically killed the professor.
Yes. So the professor, the Dr. Frankenstein,
Yeah.
loves the bride. Frankenstein or the monster finds out, kills Dr. Frankenstein. And we see this dope ass sequence
Yeah.
where they're fighting each other over 100 years.
Yeah.
It goes into the 1800s, 1900s, all this good stuff, and then 60s, 90s. And
Yeah,
who do we
yeah.
see?
Shaggy.
We see Shaggy smoking a doobie. That was pretty dope. But what we're saying probably doesn't make sense. You have to watch the episode to
Yeah.
understand. But we don't know much about his character. Well, actually, we know a lot about his character. That's a lie.
Yeah.
He loves the bride, and the bride hates him because he killed Dr. Frankenstein. That's pretty much all we know about him. Cersei, we don't know much. I know a lot about Cersei from Unlimited, from the comics. She's gonna be the villain in the Wonder Woman game, the main villain. I think
Yeah.
we're gonna see Cersei in. I think we'll see her live action eventually. But she is just taking. She's gonna take over this village or this country.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what she's doing. She rules a bunch of guys. The army guys.
Yeah.
They're an army of guys. They're not army guys. They're not trained militia. They're just an army of guys. Yeah, she kicks the hell out of the bride
Yeah.
and Nina Mazursky. Pretty much all we see about her. She has a great fight sequence, dope fight sequence. And then Johnny Economos, we don't see him at all. We'll see him throughout the season,
Yeah.
but we don't see him at all. But Ralphie, overall, what did you think of these first two episodes?
So the first two episodes, like so far, though, like the animation, looks really good.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Even the action sequence.
the action sequences are legit.
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating. Probably, am I gonna say greatest that I've seen in animation? No, I've seen fight sequences in um, Invincible that I thought was amazing, especially the Adam Eve special.
Yeah.
I've seen fight sequences in Arcane, which I thought were amazing. Fight sequences in Akira, different animes and things like that.
And
But for American comic book cartoons, I thought it's up there. It's really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
yeah, man. Especially and even the second episode, whenever we see the bride versus the army.
Yeah, and Cersei and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really dope. But as far as gripes that I have, like I mentioned earlier, I just want to see it further develop. I'm not as invested as what people are saying online, like, oh, they absolutely will die for these characters. I'm not invested in them yet. I love how they look, their attitudes, the way they carry themselves, and all that. But in terms of story, I still need to get invested.
Okay.
So that's the thing with TV shows. Sometimes it could take three, 4 episodes for you to get invested. It could take the whole season. It could take one episode, but we shall see throughout. I am still excited and I cannot wait. It comes out what day?
Thursday.
Thursdays. Yeah, so it comes out on Thursday. I think it's 6 episodes in total. We've seen the first two, so four
Yeah.
more weeks. But yeah, guys, that's our review. It was just all over the place, but I had a good time.
Yep.
Ralphie, anything you want to say or something that you're looking forward to for the rest of the season?
So for me though, like I am really looking forward to see the rest as soon,
Yeah,
and also I'm gonna give the first two episodes like someone like an
an
eight
eight,
or a nine.
9. I'll give them a 7,
Yeah.
based off of how it's drawn, the voice actor performance,
Yeah.
the action sequences, and like I said, the story. I just want to see it develop. But yeah, that's my review. That's Ralph's review for Creature Commandos. I think it's a great start for the DCU.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I am excited.
And also though, we just into a new era
A
already.
new era. Speaking of a new era, there are murmurs that's being reported by the hemispheres. That doesn't make sense. That on the 16th of December or around the 16th of December, we're gonna be getting our first trailer for
Superman.
Superman. So if that is true, subscribe to our channel so you can be notified whenever we upload a reaction because
Yeah.
we're gonna drop everything that we're doing to do that video. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much what all I gotta say about Creature Commandos. Yeah, anything else, Ralph?
Nope.
All right, guys. As always, I'm Chris.
And Ralph.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Catch you next time.
Peace.
Peace.